We are live. We are live. We are live. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing today? Forgot to turn on my lights. Hold on, man. Hold on. I'm strongly considering buying like a new helmet every show or movie that drops to like signify. I really like the Captain America helmet behind me. I like that idea. But welcome to the show, man. Welcome to Superhero Cuts show where we talk about things Marvel, DC, and Star Wars, man. And I'm on my Stevie Hayes channel as well. So what's up there? We are covering and going through Daredevil Born Again. Comes out in about 15 minutes or whatever have you. Episode 4. I'm really excited for this show, man. I've really been enjoying Daredevil Born Again, and I think that it's been a very, very interesting show. And we are getting into a really interesting time because what it is looking like, it's looking like we are going to see the Punisher maybe come in this episode. Pause. We're going to see the Punisher in this episode most likely because at the ending scene, we see Hector Ayala walking. He's over here trying to be, his hero, even though it's outlawed. But anyways, he's trying to be a hero, and we see him get shot in the head when he's running towards trouble. And the person that walked away was in a Punisher costume. They had the Punisher logo. And so if you don't watch this content, right? If you don't watch superhero stuff, you would think that this was the Punisher. That's what you would think. But we all know that in reality, it is not the Punisher. It is, it is someone posing as the Punisher, most likely, because Frank Castle wouldn't just kill White Tiger. He's a hero. Like, what's the point? So we are going to see a lot go down. And, a lot of people like myself think that Frank Castle is going to crash out. But also, there's something that is going on in between this show as well. And this has been the theme of Daredevil Born Again. And it's very simple. It's this. This is the theme of the whole show. Daredevil, Matt Murdock, and Kingpin. It's about these two. And the reality is that these two guys, they both want to live by the law and do it the right way. But they both are learning that the reality is that their counterparts are more important to society to get what they want done. And that's why I think Matt Murdock is learning I think the White Tiger death is going to teach him a lot of that Daredevil is needed. And that, there comes a point to where the judicial law just can't do it for you. And you're either going to knuckle under and be a wuss or be a hero, grab yourself by the bootstraps, and save some people. And that's why I think it's going to be. 1 second. Shut this. So that's why I think Matt Murdock is, in his character analysis, he's learning that, hey, being a hero isn't work, or being a lawyer and trying to do things by the law, being a lawyer and all this stuff is not working, and it hasn't worked for him. And now we're going to see him go back to his old ways and be the savage that he is, aka Daredevil. We already saw a piece of that when he went to save the person. It didn't work. So, okay, we have a question right here. Do you think they will show the Punisher in this episode? I definitely believe that the Punisher will be in this episode. I think the Punisher is either going to crash out, or Matt Murdock is going to go directly to the Punisher after this happens. Because I do think that Matt Murdock is going to think it's the Punisher at first. I do. And that's why I think the confrontation is going to come out. Or Matt Murdock is going to know that it's not the Punisher and ask Frank Castle to come out to maybe make a statement or something. But I don't think Frank Castle is going to want to do that. He's going to want to kill these cops. Or whoever's behind it. I'm pretty sure that they're going to think it's the cops anyway. Matt Murdock and Frank Castle. So that's what I believe is going to happen. Either a crash out or some type of conversation. But Daredevil's cowl will be back. He's going to be masking up, suiting up this episode. There's no doubt about that. I believe that firmly that we're going to see Daredevil suit up this episode, more so just because I just believe that, he's pissed off. He's probably gonna be going through all different stages of grief. Bro's gonna be pretty jacked up this episode, man. So stuff like this is not, it's not cute. So it's not cute. And because if I was Frank Castle, if I was Frank Castle and I saw, someone like fake as me and freaking do what they did, I would be pissed, bro. I would be pissed. Because so if you guys don't understand Frank Castle, right? Frank Castle is a very simple character, and the reality of Frank Castle is that the reason why Frank Castle is so violent is because he views like when you watch Spider-Man or Superman or whatever, like they have in their heads that there's redemption, for these villains and bad guys. When it comes to somebody like the Punisher, he doesn't see any redemption in villains. He just sees them as they need to be eradicated. And in a lot of ways, you know, with some villains, I think he's right. Some of them do need to be just eradicated, and so that's where I think it's really weird for and that's where Frank Castle and Matt Murdock bump heads because Murdock isn't completely on that wave. So it's very interesting to see how their two viewpoints of being a hero is different, and you also got to understand that Frank Castle's viewpoint is built on the fact that number one, bro's got PTSD and he served in the army or he was a Marine or whatever, but also remember what happened. He took his kids to Central and his family to I think some like Central Park in New York or whatever it's called, and his family gets slaughtered and killed, and then punished, and then Frank Castle gets almost killed, right? Which drives him to become the Punisher because he's like, dang, like because what happened was these people went to court and they passed the judicial law after they murdered his family in cold blood, which caused him to crash out. So when you think about that, he has a different way of going about things, and this is not going to be pretty at all. This is gonna be ugly, and I kind of like that. Pause. I think it's awesome, but yeah, this is gonna be a very ugly situation, like because I think he's gonna be very pissed off about this. So yeah, I'm pretty excited this is gonna happen. But I am really excited for. I need the Daredevil suit, bro. That's what I need to see, man. I need to see this suit, bro. I need to see this suit, bro. So I'm pretty excited, bro. I'm not even pretty. I'm really excited for this episode. And by the way, like I was the person where when Daredevil season 3 came out, I wasn't happy with it because I was like, "Where's the suit?" Because my whole point is like, if I'm watching a superhero project, I want to see the superhero in their costume. You know what I mean? So I was a little upset. Like I was like, "Where is his costume?" And last episode we didn't get to see him suit up, and I was still enjoying the show. So Daredevil is doing a great job of really showing us, um, just how good the writing is. This shows has had really great writing, and me personally, I'm just very impressed with what they're doing with the show in general, and also like even the way that they went with the whole cop thing is very creative because like in the comics they fed into some political propaganda with the whole cops thing, and in this way that they're doing it is very creative and it's very different from the comic books in a lot of ways, and I like how they're actually trying to tell us an interesting and great story. So I am really impressed with what they're doing. So yeah, I am happy, bro. And my co-host Jerry is sending me the most hilarious text, dude. He's so funny. I love him. He's a hilarious guy. But yeah, all in all, man, I said I'm really hyped for this, man, and we're counting down 8:52. So let's see what the content is telling. Let's see, Daredevil. Let's see. Let's see if there's any like articles about Daredevil episode 4 yet. Let's see. Daredevil Born Again episode 4. Daredevil Born Again episode 4. Let's see. And is there like a synopsis about this episode? Like, well, I can just read it on Disney Plus. Let's see what Disney Plus says. Hold on, Marvel. Daredevil Born Again. All right, let's read the synopsis. Oh, I forgot. It doesn't drop yet. So why am I trying to find a synopsis on here? But yeah. And I'm pretty sure the cover picture they have is Frank Castle holding Matt Murdock by the neck, which my guess is that, what also could happen too is like, he could literally, we could see the Punisher kill a bunch of cops, and that's when Matt Murdock steps up and, pulls up on him like, yo, what's good? And then that scene is like Frank Castle choking him right there. It could be that too. Let's see. Oh, here we go. All right, Daredevil episode 4. Daredevil episode 4. Is this leak? Whoa. Okay, they're just talking about the press. Yeah, so apparently in the press on Disney for Disney that they put out, they teased the Punisher's return for episode 4. Yeah. It's been 6 years since Netflix's Punisher released the second season, and thankfully, Matt Castle fans will not have to wait much longer for John Bernthal. Yeah, so apparently, it is like darn near confirmed that Frank Castle is going to be making his appearance, aka the Punisher, in this episode. So this is going to be a highly viewed episode, bro, because there's a lot of Frank Castle Punisher fans out there. There really is. Frank Castle has a really big fan base. So, what a time to be alive, man. What a time to be alive. Let's see here. So, yeah, man, I'm really excited about this show. Joey, was good, bro? We're about to watch Daredevil Bone again. Pretty hyped about the show, bro. So, yeah, man, we are in for a treat. Man, let's go back to this article here. A new post from the official Daredevil X page teased the Punisher's MCU return in Daredevil Boarding episode 4. The account shared an image of a light post in New York City with a Punisher sticker on it. And let me show you guys the picture right here so you guys can see what I'm seeing. TikTok, I'm sorry, guys. For some reason, StreamYard hasn't figured out how to freaking stream on TikTok right here, so you guys want to be able to see it. But yeah, this is the screen right here, man. It says Six Sensor Semper Sistema, whatever. So really interesting. So this is the teaser, and if you have a teaser like this, it's pretty freaking obvious that you're gonna it's pretty obvious that yeah, I mean, I don't really need to speak for it. You guys see how obvious it looks right here. So it looks pretty obvious that Daredevil Born Again, or that the Punisher is going to return this episode in Daredevil Born Again. It's gonna be lit, bro. I'm so excited about this. But yeah, we got 4 minutes until Daredevil Born Again. So yeah, I mean, I don't really have a lot of theories, and I've also been thinking about this, right? That there was a rumor that came out that talked about the fact that Daredevil, or that Matt Murdock is going to have another big character pop up in the show. What if it's Moon Knight? If it's not Moon Knight, I'm going to say Hawkeye. I think Hawkeye would be a pretty good fit. And the rumor is that Daredevil is assembling this team to go against the anti-task force, whatever they are. Why not Hawkeye, bro? Make Hawkeye a little more violent. I think we're cooking. If you do that. So there's a lot of options, that you can go with Daredevil, going to the next season. And for me, the multiversal team that you should go with is obviously, or the not multiversal, gosh. Sorry, I'm an Avengers brain still. The team that you should go with is obviously, what's up, A? How you doing, cuz? Hope you're doing all right, man. We're doing all right. I'm hyped. We're about to watch Daredevil Born Again. I think it's Miss Marvel because her dad's in the trailer. I hope not. And look, I like the Miss Marvel show. I actually rewatch it very often. But Hawkeye and Moon Knight, bro, and I'm leaning more to Moon Knight because there was a rumor that came out about a month ago talking about the fact that they want to put Moon Knight in another project. So I think Moon Knight is the perfect character. And do you know how many fans will watch, bro? Imagine Moon Knight and Daredevil, bro, on the same team with Frank Castle. What? Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, in fact, her dad is in the trailer, which doesn't make sense why Kamala Khan's dad would just pop up, but we'll see what happens, And I like Kamala Khan, but I don't want Kamala Khan in this series at all. You know what I mean? How violent? I mean, could you guys see Kamala Khan fitting in this violent, Punisher and Daredevil show? I couldn't. If you want to choose, if you want to choose a female character, Kate Bishop, that was in Hawkeye. I think she'd be perfect. You love my shirt? Thanks, homie. Yeah, man. I forget who got me this shirt. I think my friend Nyree got me this Hulk shirt. I forget. But just wait till you see the shirts that I have for Fantastic Four, for Thunderbolts, and for Superman. I have some shirts in the tuck that I've been just hiding. Let me see if I show you some. Hold on. Let's see if I got it. Let me see. It might be out. It might be out there. Let's see. I don't think I have it out here. Let me check if I have it. I think they're all out there. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, I don't have them all up here, but here's one right here. Here's one right here that I really don't wear often, but I'm saving this for July. Obviously, the Superman shirt. I also ordered another one, so we're gonna see. We're gonna see how that one comes in as well. Something I also found, bro. I found this Secret Wars uh Funko Pop, but it had defects in it, so I didn't buy it. But yeah. Um and then if you were a Game of Thrones fan, let me just before we start the show, I got this book right here. It's an illustrated House of the Dragon book. Okay, if you're into Game of Thrones, you would love this. Look at this artwork right here, bro. Look at that. What a beauty. What a freaking beauty. And I'm gonna show you guys a couple pages. Oh my god. Oh my god. It took me a while to find this, by the way. Oh, I love it. I love it. Yeah, Game of Thrones is my favorite, one of my favorite franchises. If you want more Game of Thrones, follow me at Spectrum. I think it's Spectrum Cuts on TikTok. Is where we talk about fantasy stuff. But it is 8:59. We are about to start, or sorry, our fantasy page is called Spectrum Cuts. What it's called Spectrum Cuts on YouTube and on TikTok and Instagram. Spectrum Cuts. But right now on the Spectrum Cuts, I'm on the Wheel of Time. But anyways, it is 9 o'clock. I'm gonna pull up my clock for you guys. Hold up. I'm an hour ahead of you. Oh my gosh. Are you on? What are you? You're not on the West Coast. That's 3 hours. But all right, I got my clock here. Okay, we are about to start the watch party. Okay, now the rules of the watch party is very simple, right? So we watch this at the same time together. So I always pull my screen up, and then we press play together, and then we watch it. So the name of this episode is Sic Semper Systema. Okay, and here is the oh, and the title screen is obviously Frank Castle. I should have realized that. And here's the description. We are watching Daredevil Born Again episode 4. It just came out just now. And it says this: Matt Murdock and Wilson Fisk, darker halves, fight to be unleashed. And I just called this. So it's pretty funny that this is happening. Where's my volume button? All right. So we are about to start this thing. Put the volume down. There we go. All right. Now, here we go. 1 second. Okay. Now we are going to press play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we are playing. Let's get it. And I don't skip the recaps. We watch through the recaps. And no worries. Look, watch it and then come back after you're done so we can, just recap the episode and talk about it and break it down everything. No worries. But just leave the live, watch it on your phone or wherever, and then come back so we can talk about it after. Because this episode is going to be nuts. Peace. See you in a bit. We are watching the intro. The title card is so fire, bro. I'm a sucker for superhero scores, man. Mhm. 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 It's lit. It's lit, y'all. Oh man. Gosh. Finally. Finally. Wow. Oh, whoa. Holy crap. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What a heck of an episode. I'm going to see if there's any more clips in the end. Nope. Okay. Oh, man. Wow. Let's write in the rest of this. Okay. What a interesting episode of Daredevil Born Again, man. What an interesting episode. There's a lot that we have to break down here, man. A lot that we got to break down. But first off, let me give my reaction to Daredevil Born Again first off. Um, let's read. What does it say? Ugh, Austin, what's up, dog? So baby. Yo, I haven't watched yet, but love the Netflix show so far. It is really good, bro. This show's really good. So my reaction to this episode is wow, this episode's great. I am mad a little bit that we didn't get the costume, but I see what they're trying to build up to. We're slow burning it, and I kind of like it. Not gonna lie, I kind of like the slow burn. So yeah, I think it's a really good episode, and we get a lot of good character development, and we see where Kingpin and Matt Murdock are. And as I said before, the beautiful picture is building, and so let's break down the episode. So the episode starts with the pack up of Hector's suit after his death, and we hear Hector, took a 9 millimeter to the head, and we see Hector's niece pull up to the police station or precinct or whatever, and she's demanding to see his body, right? And obviously she can't see the body because she's a child, and Hector's niece, she obviously knows that the cops are behind his death, and Matt does end up consoling her because she ends up crying, and Matt hugs her to make her obviously feel better after her uncle just got shot in the head. And we also see a scene of Muse carrying a body into the train station somewhere, and then the scene just ends, and then the episode opens with excuse me, and the episode opens with one of Kingpin's boys. He's in the club and he's talking about one of Kingpin's plans, right? And we're going to see where that goes as we get deeper into this breakdown. And we also see two cops outside, and they were arresting a guy on the street for stealing something, and he was super mad about it. And so then we also see, Kristen, who's Matt's girlfriend, the counselor that's counseling, obviously Kingpin and his wife. She ends up calling Matt, and she has a referral for him for a case. And we then go to Kingpin and Vanessa in counseling, and we do find something out. Obviously, Vanessa is mad that he left her, and because he left her, she ended up finding a new man, a sneaky link. She ended up having an affair. And so apparently she had an affair with this guy named Adam, and she was really into him. Most of the reason because he's not Kingpin, he's not involved in a crime empire, like he is and was. And so, and you saw that when she talked about him and how infatuated she was with the guy Kingpin, you could see him getting pissed off the more she kind of was simping about him. And a part of me thinks that Vanessa feels like he might have found a new chick when he left as well. That's what I think too is but one of the reasons why she cheated on him. And so Kingpin obviously said him leaving hurt her in a really deep way. And we also learned that Fisk did find the guy that he was sleeping with. Now, if you're not dumb, you know Fisk did something about it. And we see that, Kristen's asking Fisk, like, what did you do? Fisk like, yo, me and him had a talk, And then when she asked where he was, Fisk and Vanessa both said at the same time that they don't know. And, Kristen, the counselor, asked Vanessa, like, yo, dude, like, was there a way for you to end the relationship? She was like, I never got the chance to, hinting to that Fisk did something to him. So she then asked Vanessa to talk in private, and Kristen really asked, like, yo, is he beating on you? And Vanessa was like, look, Fisk would do a lot of things in a very extreme way. Beating on me is not one of those things. So glad that, there's some type of thing there. So we then see the guy that stole the caramel corn. His name is Leroy Bradford, and he was the guy that was arrested earlier, and he is being represented by Matt Murdock right now. So Leroy says, he lying because we know he stole the camera show, and he was like, couldn't have been a scroll. I thought that was funny that they're bringing up, other things that have happened in the MCU. I think that's cool. And Murdock, was like, bro, like, you got caught stealing. He's like, look, I can get you spend some time here, but you're probably not going to get scot-free due to your record. And Leroy just starts crying, like, yo, I need probation, blah, 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 blah. So Matt goes and tries to get him probation. He fails, and Leroy ends up getting 10 days in jail, which is a really good deal, because the other case before when he got caught, he spent like 35 days in jail. Or 30 days in jail. So that happens, and we also see Matt Murdock run into Officer Powell, and Matt obviously accuses Officer Powell of killing Hector, and then Officer Powell tries to, like, push Matt against the wall and try to threaten him. He's like, yo, like how would you feel if we expose you to the bar for, like, what you've done, of how you interfered in a case and then assaulted cops? And Matt was just talking his ish, like, yeah, like, you guys would, you said next time you guys are going to need more people if you want to come at me, you know what I mean? Because Matt beat the crap out of him. And so that kind of happened. And so then we see Kingpin. He's at a boating dock, and Kingpin has a plan to rebuild this dock to, help New York. And this is also where the shooting happened last episode with, Kingpin's gang and some other gangs that are around there. And one of Kingpin's guys also tells him, well, first his political assistant person, his campaign manager or whatever, she's like, bro, like, there's 1,000 steps you have to make before you even want to do this. And Kingpin's guy, one of his boys, also tells him that, the gang war is getting out of control and that he needs to do something about it because the crime happened at that dock, like I said. And Matt Murdock, and we also go back to Matt Murdock and Leroy, and he tells Leroy that he got him 10 days, and Leroy got mad. And he's willing to rant about how, last time he was in jail, his benefits got cut off, and the last time, the last time he was in jail and all this stuff. And Matt's just like, yeah, like I feel you, bro, just feeling bad for him. But I mean, he kind of put it on himself, for stealing. But he feels bad because he's poor, and he feels like he has no other way out. And we also find out that someone on Kingpin's team, because they're just flipping scenes so fast. We found out that Kingpin's team leaked his plans about the boating dock, and obviously we know that in the beginning of the episode, one of Kingpin's boys talked about it when he was in the club, and that's why it got leaked. And so Kingpin finds out, and in Kingpin fashion, he crashes out. He's snapping on his team. He's like, we're going to find out who this leak is, and obviously one of his boys steps up to say, yo, it was me. If you want to fire me, then fire me, like, but I did this to support you because I believe in you. So Kingpin's like, bro, like, I'm not going to fire you, but he threatened him. He said, yo, if you do that again, you will never do anything again, just saying, like, yo, don't ever cross me again. So then we see Matt's kind of walking around where Hector got shot at, because if you don't know, this thing is haunting him. It might not look like it at first, but you can see it is haunting him. And Matt ends up finding the bullet that was shot. And so we see Matt pull up to this office kind of underground, in the underground of New York. And we then see Frank Castle really pull up. He runs up on Matt and holds him to a locker because he didn't know that it was him at first. And we see, Matt and Frank just have a conversation. He's like, yo, someone's posing as you. And Frank's like, yeah, I got a bunch of fanboys. And we see them both have just a crazy conversation about their ideologies, which is the best way to see them talk. And, Frank just reads Matt like a book. He's like, you came here for permission. You want me to give you the green light to go and crash out because that's how you feel. And Frank, brings up Hector and the fact that, like, yo, like you followed the way of the law and look where it got you. You're relying on this system, and Frank calls him out for not doing anything about it, for not dressing up as, or for not, actually trying to make a change. And Matt opens up and he starts crying, and finally shows his pain because he kind of been hiding it all episode. And Matt says the same thing, like, I relied on the system, and pointed to the fact that the system failed. Like, yes, the system might have passed, as in the law passed, but the cops still got away with free murder. And so the Punisher then brings up, Foggy too, and saying, like, but what about Foggy? He's like, Bullseye's in jail when he's alive, but Foggy's not alive. And Matt Murdock, it seems like he's still fighting it, but that he maybe realized what he has to do. So we also then, right after that, we get a scene of Kingpin and Vanessa having a conversation. And it just looks like Vanessa and Kingpin, they're still on the rocks. Kingpin still wants to try to save this marriage, but Vanessa just doesn't seem like she's with it, bro. She seems very, like, just miserable. And so we then see, Kristen at Matt's house. Matt gets home after his conversation with the Punisher. And, Kristen's all on him. He does his thug fizzle. They get it on. And we see Kingpin as well. Kingpin is walking down somewhere, and we see Matt walking up somewhere. So they're both walking. It's funny how he's walking down and Matt's walking up. I think that's kind of symbolism of how, Kingpin is going back down to, his old criminal ways, and how Matt is going up to becoming a hero again. And we see that, Daredevil grabs his little two staffs and he starts training again, which was awesome to see. And we see that that Wilson Fisk, aka Kingpin, he didn't kill her sneaky link yet, but he has him captured and jailed. And so he's eating dinner in front of him while talking to him. And her sneaky link is just crashing out and screaming. And we found out that he has him locked up. And then the episode ends with Muse draining a guy's blood, and the episode ends. And I think I need to do an origin video on Muse and why he's draining blood. I think we need that. But all in all, this episode is amazing. I said, I understand why they didn't want to use a suit, because they're trying to get us excited for it again, and seeing him train, I think, is the start. And I think next episode, we're going to see Daredevil don that costume. But no, this episode was dope. And I think that it's really showing a lot about, just Daredevil in general, about how he's going to go back to his old ways. He's going to go back to the things that, he was doing, which was saving people. And then Kingpin is going back to the things that he's going to be, which is a criminal. And one of the things that I'm seeing is that, both of them are able to be fine when the people they love aren't touched. And when the people you love get touched and killed and stuff like that, it does something to you. The people that you care about. If we're on one end, we see that with Wilson Fisk and, Vanessa, the thought of her cheating on him, I think, eats him alive to a point that is just of no return. But with Daredevil, Matt Murdock, him freeing Hector Ayala from this, from the whole cop situation, then he gets shot in the head blatantly. It's like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So yeah, all right, we got some chats on TikTok. Let's see what the people are saying here. Okay, so this show is finally getting good Muse facts. Muse is awesome. I've been waiting for Muse. I'm so hyped now. In fact, he's awesome. I kind of wish they ended it with Muse creating the huge painting, but I have a feeling that's going to be next episode. Facts. Is this your favorite episode now? My favorite episode. Let me see. I really liked episode 2. Episode 2, it's a mashup between episode 2 or episode 1. But I really do think the last episode last week was really good. But episode 1 is probably my favorite. Episode 1 probably my favorite episode so far. I really liked episode 1. I just love how in episode 1 they just start off with, excuse me, with Foggy just dying. I think that's just awesome. I do believe Muse is going to go after Matt's girlfriend for sure. Definitely when she starts those counseling sessions, she's going to see that he's in a nutcase. And maybe her getting captured by Muse is going to bring him out of the mask. It might not even be Kingpin. Who knows? I'm waiting for Muse to have his little therapy session with her. Facts. I think she's going to see a lot about that. And, we'll see what happens. It's very interesting what's kind of going on here. So yeah, this show is really good. And I said, I would love to see Daredevil in a suit, but we got mad episodes. Now I want to see exactly right. We have 2 episodes of build up. Now it's only right for them to give us some action and some fighting. You are not wrong. Excuse me. What'd you guys say? I think that is why Daredevil was so mad in the trailer. Facts. Wait, was there a trailer at the end of the episode? Hold up. Let me see. Hope I didn't miss the trailer at the end of the episode, because if so, I'm going to be very pissed about that. Let me see. Hold up. Let's pull this up, y'all. Hold on a second. Episode 4 was lame. It hurts to say that I'm a Daredevil fan. Oh, there was nothing at the end. Oh, dang. So why do you think episode 4 was lame? Is it because you want the costume, or you just thought it sucked in general as a plot? Because I don't think as a plot it sucked, but I definitely want to see the costume, man. And this is one of the things about Daredevil that pisses me off is that they're it seems like they're always scared of the costume, bro. They're always scared of the suit. This is why season 3 pissed me off because they didn't have the costume. And me, when I'm watching a superhero show, I want the costume, bro. Man, you going to end the episode with him training? Just let him suit up. Like, pisses me off. See, stuff like that gets me mad. So yeah, I'm very frustrated. But I'm very frustrated about that. But that doesn't mean that the episode's bad, though. You know what I'm saying? So I think it was the 20 minutes of that random client. Like, I don't care for him. I only like Matt Puncher. Yes, and a part of it felt pointless to an extent. But I think that they were using that as the trigger to piss Matt off to go to Frank. That's what I think it was being used as. It was being used as like the kind of the icing on the cake for him at this point. But it did feel random. Not gonna lie, it did feel very, very random. Like, what is the point of Matt Murdock going to help this random dude and give him, 10 days in jail? But I think in their mind they were like, yo, let's just give another guy a lighter situation, but that's just going to be the thing that sends Matt Murdock over the edge. I wonder if we're going to get a Punisher, Daredevil, and Muse fight. We probably will. It's either going to be there's two things going on. There's two problems going on. One is Daredevil and the freaking Daredevil and all the stuff going on with this task force that we're going to see, and also with Muse. Then it takes forever to get started with Muse. I know. I'm not mad at the Muse stuff though. I'm not, but Daredevil should be going out solving crimes and figuring out this whole Hector Ayala situation in the suit. That's in my opinion. And maybe some of the reason why he's scared is because he feels like Kingpin's going to out him as Daredevil. We don't know, but we'll see, man. But yeah, I do understand what you guys are saying though. It is kind of annoying. It's kind of annoying. They said that the Muse stuff is disgusting, so I'm excited to see what they took from the comics facts. Like, I have faith for the show, but I swear 5 to 9 need to be. I agree, bro. They need to go all out, And as I said, like, I love slow burn, but come on, man. Give us the action, boss. Give us the action, bro. We need action. So we'll see what happens, guys. But I like the episode, man. I did. I like the episode. Not my favorite because I wanted more, but no, it's not bad though. And I think the conversation between Frank Castle and Matt Murdock was just chef's kiss. Do you guys agree with that? Their conversation was fire. Like John Bernthal killed that, bro. He killed that. Or Muse finding, or just Muse finding Q. We at least a Muse painting an episode with an interaction, or Muse finding clues about Muse, or finding clues about Daredevil. Yeah, facts. Did you guys like that conversation between Frank Castle and Matt? I thought that conversation was very amazing. Yes, that was my favorite thing. Yes, it was. It was the best thing in the episode. Yes, that conversation was very peak, bro. Imagine when he has this kind of conversation with Spider-Man. Oh gosh, it'd be crazy. Probably the second best thing in the episode. My mom might be might be the best scene we've seen so far in the show, other than that intro sequence of him, fighting Bullseye. So that might be the second best scene we've ever seen. I don't know. Muse is just getting me excited. Yeah, Muse is awesome. Muse is awesome. I'm excited to see them go up against each other. So, all right, I'm about to get off stream because I'm about to put this breakdown out on YouTube. Get some clips up for TikTok too. So I love you guys. Have a good night. I need to break this down because I'm so hyped. But I'll catch y'all later, y'all. Peace. Peace out, YouTube. You guys have a good night. Peace.